What up, y'all? It's your boy Denim Jeans back at it again with another video. And today we're going to continue a little mini-series we're working on and going from my top 5 small forwards to now my top 5 power forwards in the league today. You might disagree with who some of them are because you might think that they're primarily other positions. Like you might think one of them is primarily a small forward or might be primarily a center. But I personally classify them as a power forward, and which is why they're included in my power forward rankings. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Number 5, Blake Griffin. The Pistons haven't been playing great, but Blake Griffin has been. I don't think they're ever gonna be a great team with him as their number 1 option, with him being the best player on that team. I don't think he's that good. Got my roommate in the back staring at me as I make this video, trying to make me laugh, and it's kind of working. But he's the offensive weapon for that team, and while he is playing incredibly well, averaging over 20 points per game, holding it down in the paint defensively, grabbing rebounds for the team alongside Andre Drummond. He's an all-star level player that can't really carry a team, which is why I have him down at number 5. Because individually he's great, but he doesn't necessarily make everyone else around him better, which is why the Pistons aren't even necessarily a playoff team this year. And number 4, surprise of the year, man, Tobias Harris. He's been playing incredible. Played incredible for the Clippers before they traded his ass over to the 76ers. And now he's playing well for the 76ers too. He's a stretch 4. He can shoot the ball incredibly well. He's actually shooting the ball better than J.J. Redick even this year. He's shooting around 44% from 3. And he's playing, decent defense, well enough. But his offensive game and his ability to stretch the floor and give other people opportunities because of his sharpshooting ability and his ability to score off the dribble as well has made him one of the top scoring power forwards in the league today. From pretty much just a role player last year to now borderline all-star player. And this is the same turnaround you saw Victor Oladipo do last year, going from a semi-good role player to an all-star. And I believe that he's better than Blake Griffin because he has the ability to score more facets than Blake Griffin. He can score down low in the paint. He can score off the dribble, which Blake Griffin can do a little bit. But he shoots so much better than Blake Griffin, which is why he's better. He doesn't play defense as well as Blake Griffin, but neither of them are that incredible on defense. But the fact that he's that much better on offense with his 3-point shot capabilities, why I have him just above Blake Griffin. And number 3, Draymond Green. He hasn't been having the best season thus far. I think it might actually be one of the worst seasons of his career. But he's still the emotional anchor for the best team, the best starting 5 in the league. He can play defense incredibly well. He'll still make an all-NBA team for that. Still in Defensive Player of the Year conversations. He can facilitate the ball to all the shooters around him, which is now 4 of them because you have the best shooter of all time is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, who can heat up and shoot just as well as Steph Curry at times, Kevin Durant, who can shoot it, and then even the center can shoot it. So, but he's really good at helping to facilitate the offense with his nice touch passes, his crisp passes, his alley-oop passes, and
what center is a shooter?
He's the probably the best passing power forward in the league. And the fact that he's able to bring everyone on that team together, and hold it together on the defensive end and even run small ball center at times if they don't want DeMarcus Cousins playing defense, makes him an incredibly valuable asset to an incredibly good team. And at number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, some of you might think he's a small forward. He's not. He classifies as a power forward while Chris Middleton plays small forward, so hop off. And nothing really I can say. MVP candidate, averaging 26 points, double-digit rebounds, about 6 assists. He's playing out of his freaking mind. He's number 2 in my MVP rankings behind James Harden, just because James Harden is doing something historic, scoring 30-plus points per game for 31 games in a row now. But he does it all. He leads the team in every statistical category. Points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. He leads all of them. And you don't see that ever, really. And so the fact that he's such an important piece to that team, and they have a record of 43-14, and he's led them to that by leading them every major statistical category. It speaks volumes. He just recorded a triple-double tonight, too, which I know some people think is an overrated stat. But if it was that easy to do, everyone would do it. But he's just so important to the team, and the best team in the East, meaning, he's a top player in the NBA, and in my opinion, the number 2 best power forward in the league behind, that was a weak-ass drum roll, Anthony Davis.
Wow.
Some of you might think he's a center. I think he's a power forward. Doesn't really matter. He's played both, Ethan. Leave me alone. Thank you very much. He's played both positions, but I've seen him play more power forward than I've seen him play center. Not necessarily this year, but last year when DeMarcus Cousins was there with the team, he played power forward, and I still think that his true position is a power forward, which is why I'm classifying him as a power forward for this series. But there's no one does it better than him. He's the best defensive power forward in the league. I would say him and Draymond Green are pretty close, but Anthony Davis' ability to shut down shots around the rim makes him just a little bit better, potentially, than Draymond Green. You can't stop him from scoring if he wants to score. He's the best post-scoring power forward in the league. And, you're not going to out-rebound him, too. He's standing at, 6'11", 7 feet tall. And he's also, in MVP conversations with Giannis. Some people would flip-flop them and say that Giannis is a little bit better than Anthony Davis because of he has a little bit more versatility, a little bit more ability to pass the ball than Anthony Davis. But the reason I have Anthony Davis, higher is just because of his value to the team. Now, yes, Giannis brings an incredible amount of value to the team, but a Bucks team without Giannis is much better than a New Orleans Pelicans team without Anthony Davis. And you can tell that by the stretch when he sat out for the team, when they were going through all the trade rumors and trade talks and stuff like that. And you can see Anthony Davis' value by how much the Lakers were willing to give up for him too. So that's my top 5 power forwards in the league. Let me know if you disagree or agree down in the comment section below. Follow my boy, IAMCAPTAINSAM, down in the description. That's all I got for y'all. Tomorrow you'll get my top 5 centers in the league.
When you doing power
Peace.
bottoms, do I